Hello, God, and welcome to this sacred space. Today I got another vocal message to share with you. I'm sharing the awarenesses that emerged these days in the post-retreat phase I went through. And today we talk about pleasure, and in particular about the subtle pleasure which dwells in all things. Pleasure is indeed in many things. I dare say pleasure it is in all things. It is up to us to recognize it when we open all our senses to receive it, to live it, to experience it, to allow it inside of us. Allow the pleasure to penetrate us. Pleasure is in what I eat, is in the places I go, is in the people I meet, in the music I listen to, in the things that I can observe with my eyes. So, considering the 6 senses we have, we can indeed experience pleasure through all of them. And for those who are advanced in the ascension path, we also know that there are so many dimensions and we can go higher and deeper than the 6th. So each dimension, each sense is an opportunity to experience pleasure. I have the call, the inner call and pull to experience pleasure every day in everything, not just because I create some sacred time space to go through specific activities that can give me pleasure. Is there a way to find pleasure as I do the washing up, as I do the housekeeping, or as I walk outdoor, or as I go through daily tasks for my job, for example, or in taking care of my kids and all the things that create our days. So it's our ability to recognize pleasure and to be open to it that makes this experience possible for us. And the more we attune into pleasure, the more we will have in our life, because I just remind you through this message that we are the fruit of pleasure. We are the fruit of an orgasm. So creation, which is us and which is also all the things that we select and choose in our life, comes from pleasure, from a sparkle of pleasure, maybe a second of pleasure, or maybe hours of pleasure, but it comes from pleasure. Therefore, this is our nature. And because it's our nature, we have an inner compass that points towards pleasure. We came to the world with all our senses wide open to experience life, and so also to experience pleasure. And as we grow up, we build layers and layers of armors around our pure, natural, erotic, sensual, sexual core. At the core, there is pleasure. Therefore, let yourself go to pleasure. Allow pleasure into your life. And view all the things that you are doing in your daily routine with the eyes of pleasure. Approach them with a body open to pleasure, with all your senses open to it. Maybe ask yourself, how can I experience pleasure here? How can this be pleasurable for me? How should I be to experience pleasure in this circumstance, for example, or in my relationship with XYZ? can be relationship with your body, can be relationship with your divine self, can be relationship with a friend, a lover, a spouse. So ask yourself, ask your body, ask your senses, what do you need here now to experience pleasure? And also observe how available you are to pleasure. Is your body, are your senses open to pleasure? Or are you sensing a kind of constriction, restriction, limitation? So observe yourself again and report your availability to pleasure. Without judgment, of course. You can also use your sacred journal to take some notes. You can record your voice and report your steps towards pleasure until you find yourself totally immersed in pleasure. And wherever you turn in your life, you just recognize pleasure in all things, all the things that you do, all your relationships, the place where you are in, maybe the home where you live in, your job, or your sacred mission in the world. So attune into pleasure and be aware from this message on that there is a subtle pleasure flowing underneath the surface of everything and of everyone, because creation comes from pleasure. So enjoy this vocal message for today. Of course, send me your comments here below, and you're very welcome to enroll into my programs to go more in depth with your divine power, how to use it consciously and for a pleasurable conscious ascension. See you with the next message. Take care of yourself.